Good evening and welcome to the Ozarks Amateur Radio Society 2-meter net. This is W0ZAC, Whiskey 0 Zulu Alpha Charlie, net control for tonight's net. My name is Zach, Zulu Alpha Charlie Hotel, and I'm located in Mount Vernon, Missouri. This net meets every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. local time on the W0OAR repeater at a frequency of 146.97 with a negative offset and PL tone of 162.2 Hertz. This net is also available on NetLogger for all who wish to check in early. While this is not an emergency net, it can be interrupted at any time if there is emergency traffic. If there's any emergency or priority traffic, please call now. Hearing none, we'll move on to announcements. The Ozarks Amateur Radio Society meets on the second Saturday of the month at Lili Asian Buffet in Monette, Missouri. Dinner begins at 6 p.m. and the meeting begins at 7 p.m. Lili has requested that all attendees purchase a meal. All are welcome, including family members and those interested in amateur radio. The next meeting at Lili will be Saturday, April 13th. More to follow. OARS is now operating 3 regular nets. The D-Star net, Monday evening at 8 p.m. local time on 444.150. The 2-meter net, right here on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. local time, 146.97. And a simplex net every Thursday at 8 p.m. local time on 146.460. On April 27th, we'll have the OARS Club breakfast, followed by the POTA Group's monthly activation. Breakfast will be held at the Cassville Family Restaurant with the POTA activation immediately thereafter. The activation will be at the Roaring River State Park in the River Shelter. Perhaps Greg or Sean can come in with some more detail on that event. The local Aries group will be meeting at the Monette Police Department on the 3rd Monday of the month. Meetings begin at 7 p.m. And lastly, this net's also being streamed live on the 5-9 Radio YouTube channel. So if you want to hear how you sound on the air, or if you missed part of the net, you can go to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. Are there any other announcements of interest to amateur radio?
KE6GAE.
KE6GAE, go ahead, Dave.
Good evening, Zach. Well, I'd like to invite everybody up to the Hams Around the Ozarks breakfast that I've put together in Springfield on the first Saturday of the month, which is this coming Saturday. We meet at the Southside Golden Corral off of Glenstone at 8 a.m. and we're in the back room. It's not club specific, it's for all hams, and it's even for people that are interested in getting into ham radio. It's a good time to get together, and we've actually been having some pretty good crowds. So we'd appreciate it if anybody would like to join us. We just figured we'd get that out there. All right, Zach, KE6GA, back to net control.
Well, thanks, Dave. Would you give us the date, time, and location just one more time for anyone who missed it?
It will be next Saturday at 8 a.m., and I don't have the address in front of me. It's the Golden Corral in Springfield. It's on the south side on Glenstone. Before that, it's overall. Before I can get to my check-in, I'll actually have the address for it. But it will be this coming Saturday at 8 a.m.
Perfect. Alrighty. Well, thank you for the information and the invite. We will now begin taking check-ins. We'll start with short-time, low-power, or mobile check-ins. Any short-time, low-power, or mobile stations, please call now. Whiskey 0 Zulu Alpha Charlie. one more time. Any low power, short time, or mobile stations, please call now.
Jason, no traffic.
I doubled with one. All I caught was Jason. Jason, try it again.
That's K0JES. That's Kilo 0 Juliet Echo Sierra. No traffic.
KE0JES. All right, Justin, we got you in there. Thanks for checking in tonight. Alrighty, we'll move on to the NetLogger list. And first up there is K0SQS. Harold, good evening.
W0ZAC and the rest of the net. K0SQS, good evening. Glad you're running the net, Zach. Good job. Not much to report from here. Cold, windy, kind of rainy day. I had just right at an inch of rain. Came about 1:30 this morning. A little bit of lightning, but nothing really severe. I gather all the severe stuff was north and east of us. So anyway, we dodged one there, and I can't think of a thing else. Anyway, back to you, Zach. K0SQS.
All right, Harold, thanks for checking in tonight. Good to hear from you, as always. Glad the storms were calm your way. It was pretty calm here as well. About the same time, I guess, 12:30 or so, 1 o'clock, it came down a pretty good rain, but didn't have any damage, no limbs down or anything. So, Harold, thanks for checking in. We'll say 7-3 and move down to our next NetLogger check-in, KB0RHA. Good evening, Rich.
Hello, Zach, and the rest of the net. Yeah, I'm with Harold. The colder weather kind of got to me. Was out a little bit, and when the storm come through last night about 12:30, 1 o'clock, like you said, my yard camera was going nuts with all the lightning trying to track everything. But it was kind of funny. Anyhow, that's about all I've got for the net. Trying to keep warm in here, waiting for the warmer weather to come back. Back to net control, KB0RHA.
We kind of got spoiled on that warm spell, didn't we? I walked out of the office this afternoon with short sleeves on right about 4:30 or so and thought, dang, it cooled off. I'm pretty sure it was warmer when I left this morning. Anyway, good to hear from you, Rich. We'll say 7-3 and jump down to our next NetLogger check-in, AE0OC. Good evening, Wes.
Well, hello, Zach, and everybody on the net. Zach, if you would, please proxy in Siri, KF0NKV. She was going to get on tonight, but she's had some things come up and isn't able to. She was texting me to let me know. So, but we can give her a proxy in that way. And let's see. Well, the day that I got sick, when I started feeling sick, I got something pretty neat for the bus. I acquired a 5 kilowatt Owen generator to mount up underneath the bus. So that's going to be a lot of work, but it sure is going to be a neat rig when it's all done and said.
Awesome. That sounds great. We've got a 4.5K generator under the RV. Works great. We had to do a little tune-up on it after we bought that a few years ago, but runs like a champ. Wes, give me that call sign again for Siri. I got KF0.
It's Kilo Fox 0, November, Kilo, Victor.
Roger, roger. Got her in there. Well, Wes, thanks for checking in tonight. Glad or at least you sound like you're feeling better. Hope you are feeling better. Thanks for checking in. We'll say 73 and jump down to our next over-the-air check-in, Steve, KA0SPM. Good evening, Steve.
Good evening,
Zach. Really good to hear you on that and to see you at the Ham Fest. Hopefully it all turned out good for you. It was good for me. So, I think next week I'm going to be out. I guess this time of the weekend, we're going to be out chasing a shadow. So the goal is to get into totality, and hopefully we are free of clouds, which isn't very promising at this point, but that's a few days away, so anything could change.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we had considered taking a road trip, getting the kids out to see it, but didn't quite know where to go. And of course, the shortest path from here to the path of totality, I'm sure will be plenty crowded with people. And then all those people are going to be wanting to leave at the same time. So we decided to just stick it out here at the house. The school will be doing some stuff for the kids. Of course, they won't have the full effect being we're outside of the path of totality, but cool nonetheless. Steve, you got anything else for us?
I think that's it. If it is free of cloud cover, Poplar Bluff would be the place. There are several, there's a wildlife refuge just to the northwest of it. It is in the center of totality. You could make the drive and be able to witness it and drive back if you're willing to put the hours behind the wheel, because I don't know, I think you could be in Poplar Bluff in about 3.5 hours. It probably wouldn't be too bad.
It's doable. We sure thought about it. And maybe it wouldn't be so bad if you just stuck on the roads, drive down Walmart parking lot or something and turn around and head out. I meant to ask you, Steve, did you move the amplifier at the Hamfest?
I did. That was the great part about it. Went to it'll probably get resold, but that's okay. It was cash deal, so I'm happy. It's no longer something I gotta worry about.
All right, very good. Very good indeed. Well, Steve, thanks for checking in. Have fun with your shadow chasing next Monday. Hope it works out great and no clouds in the sky. We'll say 73 and jump down to our next check-in, KE6GAE. Good evening, Dave.
W0ZAC and the rest of the net. This is KE6GAE. Good evening, Zach. Yeah, it was kind of a long night last night, being part of Skywarn. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. That address for the Golden Corral is 2020 East Primrose Street, and that's in Springfield. Also, I've got an all-star node for the club. I got to finish getting this computer set up. Hopefully, ICOM hurries up and releases the new gateway software so we can get all this stuff set up. Other than that, that's about all I got tonight. So, thanks for running that tonight, Zach. I will pass it back to Net Control. KE6GAE, back to Net Control.
Alrighty, Dave, thanks for the information. Hopefully you have a good turnout there for breakfast. Thanks for checking in. We'll say 73 to you and jump down to KF0LZX. Good evening, Greg.
Hey, good evening, Zach, and thanks for running the net. Not much going on around here. Just not enjoying the cool weather and working. That's about it. Normal old stuff. But yeah, hopefully we get a lot of people show up at Roy River on the 27th. Like you had mentioned, we've got the river shelter rented for the whole day. Breakfast, Castile Family Restaurant, probably past 7:30. And we'll head to Roy River, lunch to be determined. We'll just see what the turnout is and see what people want to do. We can just run to town to get pizza or get sandwich stuff or grill burgers or something. We'll just figure that out when we get there and see how many people show up. But I know Sean and I will both probably bring a couple of radios and a few antennas. Anybody's welcome to bring whatever they want. We've got bandpass filters so we can run multiple stations. I'm sure Sean and I both have stuff with us to run FT8 if anybody would like to, or like I said, bring their own gear.
more than welcome to do whatever they want. It is handicap accessible. There's handicap accessible restrooms right by it, and also there's a kids playground right next to it. So anyway, hopefully everybody will show up, and looking forward to seeing everybody here in I guess a week at the club meeting. So that's about all I've got, or a week and a half anyway. That's all I got. Hopefully everybody can make it to Roaring River, and I will turn it back over to Net Control. This is KF0LZX.
All right, Greg. Well, thank you for checking in, and thanks for the detail on the POTA activation. Sounds like a good time. And that was, for anyone who missed it, that was the 27th. That would be the last Saturday in April. 7:30 at the Cassville Family Restaurant, and then on down to Roaring River for the activation. Greg, thanks again for checking in. Appreciate it, buddy. We'll say 73 to you, and that brings us to the end of our net logger check-ins. So now we will open it up for over-the-air check-ins. When you check in, please space your calls. Give your call sign phonetically, then the regular way, along with your name and location. Check-ins will be acknowledged, and then comments or announcements will be invited from each station. So how about it? Over-the-air check-ins for the OARS net. Please call now. This is W0ZAC.
Kilo Echo 0, November Hotel Lima, KE0NHL, Heather and Clever, and also with a proxy for KC0 UKA.
Kilo 0 Lima Alpha Foxtrot, K0 LAF Charlie and Republic.
All right, we'll hold it up right there. First on the list is KE0NHL with a proxy for KC0 UKA. Go ahead, Heather.
Hey, Zach, not too much going on here. I am kind of curious about what that other guy was talking about a few minutes ago about Roaring River down there, so didn't get a chance to hear the full thing that he was talking about, but it does sound good. Looking forward to the breakfast Saturday, if we can be able to make it in. Mike hasn't been feeling very good, so he's been dealing with vertigo since Friday, so it's kind of on the verge of going in and out right now. I went to the doctor yesterday and got him something that can hopefully slow that down a little bit, so it's kind of touch and go right now.
All right, Heather. Well, thanks for checking in. We hope Mike gets to feeling better soon. And the event at Roaring River is a POTA activation. Sean and Greg from the club will be there to kind of head that up. Multiple radios, multiple antennas, bandpass filters, all the things we need for multiple station operations. That will start at the Cassville Family Restaurant about 7 to 7:30 a.m. Club will have breakfast there and then head on down to the park for the POTA.
Okay, I was kind of wondering. Sounds good. KE0NHL.
All right, Heather, thanks for checking in. Good to hear from you. We'll say 73 and move down to our next over-the-air check-in, K0LAF. Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, Zach, and everyone on the net. Sounds like everybody's doing okay. We enjoyed the Ham Fest, had a great day there, and it was a beautiful day for a Ham Fest. Spent today running errands in Springfield, and every time we'd leave one errand, get back in the car, we noticed it was a little bit colder, and that continued all day. We avoided most of the storms last night. We had a little bit around 1 o'clock, had some pretty heavy rain and high wind, but didn't last too long, so we didn't have any damage here. So that was good. And Zach, you can check in Brenda by proxy, N0ING. And that's all I have. 7-3 to everyone, and we'll catch you next week. Back to you, Zach, K0LF.
All right, Charlie, good to hear from you tonight, and we've got N0ING Brenda in the log as well, so thank you for that one. Glad you made it through the storms safely. We'll say 73 to you, and that brings us to the bottom of our over-the-air check-in list, so we'll open it up one more time. Any over-the-air check-ins for the OARSnet, please call now.
KF60Z.
November Mike, 0 Whiskey. All right, we've got two more. We'll start at the top with KF60Z. Mel, good evening.
Good evening. Everything's going pretty good here this evening. We got 1.5 inches of rain out of the thunderstorms coming through last night. And my dog's a scaredy cat. He had to jump in bed with me and snuggle up about 45 minutes. He don't like thunder and lightning. Other than that, things are not going too well in the family right now. XYL Ona KE5QMJ is hospitalized in Springfield, and she's likely to be there for 3 or 4 days yet, but at least the treatment's making things better. So I'll throw it back to you, KF60Z.
All right, Mel. Well, thanks for checking in. I did not know Ona was not doing well. I knew she had been not feeling great. Didn't know she was hospitalized. So our thoughts and prayers will be with you, and hopefully she gets out sooner rather than later. Alrighty, we'll say 73 to Mel. Again, thanks for checking in. And down to our next over-the-air check-in, November Mike 0 Whiskey. Steve, good evening.
Good evening to you. This is ZM0W, Stephen in Springfield, currently mobile. Hopefully I'm making it in okay. Depending on where I drive, the repeater's kind of up and down. But I'm out doing some shopping for new shower handles because the cold one decided to break this morning, so I would like to be able to take a nice good shower in the morning that isn't scalding hot, since the hot one was the only one that was working. So out picking up some handles, caught the nets, so I thought I would check in. So we'll send it back over to net control. This is NM0W, Stephen in Springfield.
All right, Stephen. Well, thanks for checking in. Glad you could stop by and say hello. Travel safe out there with the plumbing part purchasing. Hope you make it home okay and get that dude put back together. A scalding hot shower is no fun. No fun indeed. All right, we find ourselves back at the bottom of the list, so we'll open it up one more time for over-the-air check-ins. Any over-the-air check-ins for the OARSnet, please call now.
Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta, K0MAD, Sean and Aurora.
Alrighty, we got one more, KE0MAD. Sean, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Zach. Everybody on that. Yeah, thanks for having that. And also, I was thinking about this Castle Family Restaurant. I'm not 100% sure about everything in Castle, but I think that's probably Sunrise Family Restaurant, unless they've changed names or something again. Greg can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anyway, just in case there was any confusion on that, I'm pretty sure that's Sunrise Family Restaurant.
Alrighty, well, thanks for clarifying. Might be worth a quick Google search, folks. Make sure we're all going to the right place. But Whatever the first word is, the rest is family restaurant, so I'm sure it can't be that hard to find in Cassville, eh?
Now, unless they actually have a Castle family restaurant, I'm not too sure. That's just, like I said, that's something I just don't know about.
Alrighty, well, Sean, thanks for checking in. You got anything else for the net tonight?
Nope, just sitting in the recliner on the HT. Anyway, sounding good. Catch you later, K0M80.
Alrighty, Sean, well, thanks for being there. We'll say 73 and open it up one more time for over-the-air check-ins. Please call now.
KF0LCX.
KF0LZX, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, come back with the recheck. Yeah, Sean's 100% correct. It is Sunrise Restaurant there in Cassville. I think I must be thinking back a lot longer than I thought it was, but he's 100% correct. I Googled it real quick while he was talking, so thanks, Sean, for the correction. Back to net controls, KF0LCX.
Alrighty, thank you, Greg, and thank goodness for the Google machine. A lot quicker than the old phone book, eh? Alright, guys, we'll open it up one more time for over-the-air check-ins before we wrap it up. So how about it? One more time. Over-the-air check-ins for the OARS net. Please call now, W0ZAC.
K0 RWD.
Recheck, K6GAE.
Alrighty, we got one new check-in and a recheck. Let's start with K0RWD. Good evening, Ron.
Well, I had a little bit of stuff go by on me last night at 12, and it was just, it just went clear across. It was just a mess. And on Saturday, what time is that?
Saturday, the club meeting at Lily's will be at 6 p.m. Dinner starts at 6 p.m. and the meeting starts at 7.
I've got it written down now, but boy, I tell you, it was really a mess over here. It was just, I walked outside and I almost got, unbelievable wind, and I would like never to see that again.
Well, I can relate. We had some pretty strong winds come through, although not as bad as I've seen in the past. I didn't have any limbs down at all, so we got pretty lucky.
Well, that's just about all I've got. I'll just say 7-3s to everybody, and K0 RWD.
Okay, Ron, thanks for checking in tonight. Good to hear from you, and glad you weathered the storm without any damage. That brings us once again to the bottom of the list, and we'll open it up one more time for over-the-air check-ins. Any over-the-air check-ins for the OARS net, please call now, W0ZAC.
KF0LCX, recheck again.
Recheck, K6GAE. Did you forget me, Zach?
Sure did, Dave. So we'll start with you. You go ahead. KE6GAE.
I just want to let everybody know I'll be bringing my 991A also down there to the POTA event. It's down in the hole, but we'll see if we can get some 2-meter simplex contacts as well.
All right, very good. Thanks for that, Dave. And another recheck from KF0LZX. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, weekend after next, the monthly club meeting. In the past, people have showed up really early, like 5:15, 5:30. they do not have the room held for us till 6 p.m., so no sense in showing up much earlier than that because we won't be able to get seated till 6.
Very good. Good information. Yeah, standing room only until 6 p.m. All right, guys. I think we will call that a net. Tonight we had a total of 17 check-ins, including myself. I want to say thanks to all the stations that checked in. We look forward to hearing from you again right here next Tuesday at 7 p.m. local time. I'll now close the net and return this repeater to regular amateur radio use. 73 W0ZAC, clear.